Hey guys, if you already follow my content, you know that I break down the architecture of CPS. Maybe you didn't know that I've been tracking this thing my entire life, and I've nicknamed the system the Beast. In the next few videos of this new series, called Whisper to Calm Chaos, I'm going to be teaching you how to speak Beast, and also how to become invisible while still participating in an active CPS case. This isn't as much about the architecture. You can find all that in my series put into the playlist called The Breakdown of CPS. This series is from within the mind of the Beast and functioning safely within said reality. This isn't advice, and I'm not a doctor or a lawyer. I'm not an expert in anything, you guys. I'm just a regular guy who's absolutely done watching people get chewed up and spit out by a system called help. Alright, so let's take a look at what we're actually dealing with here. People like to think CPS is social work. It's not. It's closer to a decision engine. Picture a big ugly beast computer that doesn't feel, doesn't listen, and doesn't care what you think. It only cares about what gets entered, weighted, and carried forward. Every CPS case runs on inputs: the allegation type, reporter category, prior history, household size, and the age of the child. Each one gets weight. Not opinion, weight. Some things count more than others, like an anonymous call versus mandated reporter, infant versus teenager, prior referral versus clean record. This is probability math, not morality. The Beast doesn't ask, did this happen? It asks, how risky does this look compared to the past cases? That's actuarial logic. It's the same math insurance companies use, the same logic banks use, and the same logic parole boards use. CPS just wrapped it in nice child safety language. Now, once a case opens, everything feeds the machine. Missed appointments, late callback, emotional reaction, flat effect, too calm, too upset. It doesn't matter which way you swing. Extreme score, neutral scores, silent scores, compliance scores, everything becomes a signal. Here's the part that a lot of people don't realize. Risk doesn't reset, it accumulates.
Ooh.
No note will ever disappear, it will only stack. Each stack changes how the next decision is made. That's why parents feel like they're being judged on things from months ago that shouldn't matter anymore. To the Beast, time doesn't heal, data persists. The system doesn't just track behavior, it predicts outcomes. Reunification likelihood, placement stability, service agreement probability. So if you ever felt like decisions were made before court ever happens, that's because in many cases the recommendation already exists before anyone even speaks. And make no mistake, that's not conspiracy. That's data workflow built to pay out. And since late 2025, this part matters more than ever. States were pushed harder into standardized decision tools, faster timelines, performance metrics, tied to performance speed, not family satisfaction, faster case movement, faster resolutions, and less tolerance for the gray areas. That pressure didn't start in 2026, but it sure got louder going into it. And here's an area that people misread. Services don't just exist to help you, they actually exist to generate data. Parenting classes, counseling, evaluation, supervised visits, each one produces notes. It's these notes that feed the system, so the same service that's supposed to help you can also create the evidence used against you if you don't understand how it's documented. That's what we're doing here. That's why some parents feel like doing everything right still makes things worse. You didn't fail, you fed the Beast without controlling the narrative. So, what's the solution? You don't fight the Beast emotionally. You don't try to convince it you're a good person. It doesn't care. So you learn to manage your inputs. Short, neutral, consistent, documented, fewer reactions, fewer explanations. Everything you say should survive being read out loud by somebody who doesn't know you. And once you see CPS as a machine instead of a moral judge, your strategy changes completely. That's why I keep breaking this down, because people deserve to know what they're actually up against before it eats them alive. If this helped you visualize it, repost it, and if you want more of this kind of breakdown, subscribe to Fostering Reality on YouTube. I'm putting this information out for free, but it only works if it reaches the people who need it. The next video in this series, Whisper to Calm Chaos, I'll teach you how to speak Beast so you stop lacking the system. Alright, let's keep moving.